Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun videos here on YouTube. It's been a few days since I've made a video about Don't Starve Together. Of course, I obviously showcased the Wilson rework. If you didn't get a chance to see that, well, here's the thing. Let's talk a little bit about what was expected and what is kind of, I guess, being given to us in this update. So, if you didn't get a chance to see the Wilson update and you obviously don't want to be spoiled in this, I would probably suggest pausing the video and coming back at another time when the update is fully released. But if you already know what got added, well, let's talk a little bit further about that. Of course, we've seen the things like the gigantic werepig that turns into kind of like a obsidian, nightmarish, hellish looking little creature. Let's ignore that though for now, because I want to focus on something that's kind of interesting. Well, if you go into your character select screen, or basically if you tab out or press tab in your game and you click on view player, your outfit and your skill set will now show, if you're playing Wilson, of course. Here's the thing though, I do believe that this most likely will become a thing for each individual character, and I'm going to tell you why. This is a lot of work. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of work, but this seems like a lot of work to only give Wilson this very beautiful looking outfit when it little interaction when it looks like an outfit and a skill set. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I do believe that this is probably going to be given to each individual character. Skill set, let's think about what that is. Really what that means, it's like a skill tree. So whenever you played a game like, let's just say like Diablo or something like that, you're able to make your character individual compared to everybody else, which means that every character connecting to a server would be different. So whether you're playing Wendy, whether you're playing Wolfgang, or whether you're playing Wigfrid, etc., all those characters are now going to have a different skill tree compared to somebody else, where one person might be going after some part of their skill tree versus something different. This also opens up a can of worms to say that new characters, our old characters can actually have new abilities. For example, we've always been complaining for a while that we would love to see certain characters change, as everybody has an opinion on what character they believe they want to see changed, Winona, Willow, etc. These are characters that now Clay can say, okay, without doing a rework, we can give them more powers by making the player do certain things. So as we know, Wilson has the ability to basically survive, and which is pretty simple. I mean, not simple, but for some people it's simple. All you got to do is literally survive, and you get inspiration, which is obviously skill points, which you can then put into whatever you want. So in the first one, it says transform 3 twigs into a log, transform a log into 2 twigs, and then it goes down the list by doing different things. Of course, obviously what I would probably do is prioritize alchemy over anything else because it's really good to do so. Then you have, the higher end stuff. So this is where affinity comes in and things like that, which are more like the ultimates or the late game stuff that you get when you finally get through your skill tree. I think the skill tree does deserve a little bit of a work through, because it's kind of just showcasing like, okay, you're in a line, you're going to make it this way, and then you get to here when you're unlocked the 3. So maybe just make it look a little bit more fancy, or so it's a little bit easier on the eyes maybe, or so people are easier to understand what you're really getting at. If you're not familiar with skill trees, I obviously am, and I'm sure a lot of you are, and it's pretty straightforward for the average person using it, but it might be something that they might do down the road. Not to mention the survive 9 days thing kind of showcases over top of the Wilson thing, which is whatever. So why is this so cool, and why do you care about it, or why do I care about it? Because this could be something that we see in all characters in Don't Starve Together. As we said before, Joe has came out straight and said, look, we are looking to add something to Don't Starve Together that we've never done before. So it's going to take a while for us to do this, so please bear with us. If this is that, meaning that if this is the skill tree that every character gets, each character could have its own way of actually working its way through the skill tree. As we know, Wilson just has to survive, but that's why it says become a seasoned survivor. But characters like Wigfrid could go out there and be a battle master. Basically, the more things you kill, the more things you unlock. The one thing it is missing, though, is an XP bar. As might sound funny, but I do think it needs to have one. The reason for this is because you don't really know when your skill is going to unlock. So why not have a skill bar, especially if they're going to do it where Wigfrid requires killing things, Wolfgang requires maybe doing a bunch of working out or something, I don't know. And, it kind of could go from there. course, this might not happen. Maybe it is only Wilson that gets this, but I highly doubt it because this is a very nice little overlay to only use for one character and one character only. Also, if they did a skill tree, like I said before, it could unlock new abilities for characters that we've loved and we want to stay in love with, or, maybe move on to another character. It would also make it more worthwhile to actually continue to play a character. So as we know, we've kind of looked at certain characters and said, okay, this character is going to be a character I'm only going to play for a few minutes and then wash away that character, and now I've moved on. But if you're playing with skill trees, for example, the ability to take and transmutate 3 twigs into a log or a log into 2 twigs, you might sit there and say, I kind of want to play Wilson for a lot longer because I have these special abilities, things that you no longer could have done before. Anyways, I don't know if this is for sure happening. Of course, it's all speculation, but I think it could be possible. You tell me what you think in the comments, because I really think it's probably going to be happening. If this is what Klei is talking about, that there's their big thing, I do like it, but I would hope that there's a lot more content added in. As this is obviously, pretty large, I do think that there should be accompanied by some sort of lore or added in, maybe new biome or something to kind of tie it all together. So tell me what you think in the comments, because I'm really interested to know what everybody feels. But take a look and tell me what you think. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.